Hello, my name is Colin, and I'm one of the team of AmaWaterWays cruise managers. Your cruise manager on board will be telling you all about the exciting tours AmaWaterWays is organizing for you during your cruise. What I would like to do is give you some ideas about fun things to do on your own, whether you like to be an independent explorer or if you're simply looking for something to do in your free time. Let me tell you about some of the wonderful things on offer in beautiful Amsterdam. Amsterdam is a world-class city with all the culture and excitement of any great metropolis. Yet it still retains a charming and almost small-town feel. The city center is very easy to get around, whether you go on foot, by taxi, tram, or even bicycle. And bicycles aplenty you will see. Do you know that Amsterdam has more bicycles than people? That's right, every self-respecting Dutch person has at the very least 2 bicycles. So please make sure you always look both directions whenever crossing. And be aware, what looks like a sidewalk might just be a bike path. So what can you get up to in Amsterdam? Firstly, I want to tell you about some of the outstanding museums of the city, where you can see Dutch and international masterworks from all centuries. The largest collection of art in the city is housed in the famous Rijksmuseum, or the Dutch National Museum, located on Museum Square. The museum was recently reopened after a 10-year complete remodeling and renovation, and it features some of the most famous works of the Dutch masters, such as Rembrandt, Vermeer, and Frans Hals. You could easily spend a whole day wandering its tastefully arranged galleries, and at any given moment, there are around 8,000 works on display. Just next to the Rijksmuseum, you find the Van Gogh Museum, which houses the largest collection in the world of Van Gogh's drawings and paintings, alongside the works of many of his contemporaries. Another great museum to visit is the Amsterdam branch of the Hermitage Museum. This museum offers visitors a look at some of the priceless treasures from the St. Petersburg Hermitage. It houses art relating to the history of relations between Russia and the Netherlands, as well as important temporary exhibits of world-renowned artists. For all these museums, you can avoid waiting in long lines by booking your tickets ahead of time online. You can do this easily using the computers in your staterooms and the guest printer. Another very popular site in Amsterdam is, of course, the Anne Frank House. Here you can visit the secret hiding place where the Frank family hid during World War II. The house is where Anna wrote her diary and gives you an intimate look at what wartime Holland was like. There is also an adjacent museum dedicated to all forms of persecution and discrimination. I should warn you, however, online tickets tend to sell out very quickly. Besides its world-class museums, Amsterdam is not to be beat when it comes to shopping. The Netherlands at heart has always been a mercantile nation. That is still true today. You can find some of the most varied and eclectic shopping venues all within close proximity. From the Bijenkorf, upscale Dutch department store located just opposite the Royal Palace, to the PC Hofstraat, which has been called Amsterdam's Rodeo Drive. With all its glamorous boutiques, you won't be disappointed. You can also get a feel for the local vibe visiting the Kalverstraat. Here you can sample some of the delicious Dutch cheeses or try the local spirit, jenever, which is made from distilled juniper berries. The Kalverstraat is a long pedestrian shopping street which has all sorts of stores, from familiar chains you'll recognize from back home to much more local Dutch brands. This is Amsterdam's main shopping street, and it starts just behind the Royal Palace on the Dam Square. When in Amsterdam, you wouldn't want to miss the floating flower market, located centrally just off the Munt Square. There you'll find not only a wide array of tulips, but also dozens of other flower varieties. It's a great place for photos, and you can even pick up some nice Dutch souvenirs. It's at the flower market where you can buy bulbs of all varieties, and you don't need to worry about customs. They will ship the bulbs back home to you anywhere in the world with a certificate of import. They will even ship them to you at the appropriate time of year so you can get them in the ground at just the right moment. One of my favorite activities to do in Amsterdam is to just wander along the beautiful tree-lined canals of the inner city. The entire city center and its 17th century canals and townhouses is all part of the Amsterdam UNESCO World Heritage Area. The city had its golden age in the 17th century, when Dutch mercantile ships plied all the 7 seas, bringing enormous wealth and cultural diversity back to Amsterdam. It truly is one of the most beautiful cities in all of Europe, and is often referred to as the Venice of the North. My favorite neighborhoods for strolling around are the Antiques Quarter and the area known as the 9 Streets, or the Negen Straatjes. Both of these neighborhoods are oozing with charm and have a mixture of interesting shops, beautiful townhouses, and lots of little restaurants and cafes. You can visit some of the oldest brown cafes of Amsterdam, which are centuries-old pubs with brown wooden interiors typical of the city. You can have a refreshing Dutch beer, and maybe accompany it with a typical snack like bitterballen, which are fried mincemeat hors d'oeuvres in a breaded batter. Frietjes, or fries, can also be picked up at many different stands throughout the city. But don't be surprised when your fries come served with mayonnaise. That's how the Dutch prefer them. For a sit-down style meal, Amsterdam has something for every taste and style, and is sprinkled with literally hundreds of charming, cozy restaurants. You could go for a more traditional Dutch meal at one of the many 5-star restaurants in the city center. Or why not try one of the Indonesian restaurants, where you can experience a rijsttafel, which is an Indonesian Dutch banquet with a whole variety of delicacies. The rijsttafel attests to the long-standing connection between Holland and Indonesia. Amsterdam is a city that continually surprises and never lets you down. So put on your walking shoes, bring your cameras, and get ready to enjoy one of the jewels of Europe.